Hello children. So today let us get on with the second part of our topic on fractions. Okay children. So yesterday you learned what is a fraction. So a fraction is a part of a whole. Like whatever it is, now suppose a fruit or whatever, when you divide it into equal parts. So each part is a fraction. Okay children, like that when we say even time, every moment we say a fraction of a moment. So that part of a moment, that part of a fraction. Okay, so now let us, that part is known as a fraction. So now let us just go on with our topic on different shaded and unshaded fractions. See, yesterday I showed you this placard, right? And we did the shaded fractions. What we did, which were colored, no? Which were colored, we used as the numerator, and the whole, all the parts we have put as the denominator. Now today what we will do is, now the colored are what we call as shaded. Okay. Now let us do the unshaded part, the part which are not colored. So we can get in this one diagram or one drawing, you can get two fractions. Like so here you have got 5 upon 8. Now if you look over here, how many parts are unshaded? How many are uncolored children? You can see 1, 2, 3. So what will happen is, now this 3 you can put as the numerator. Okay. So you can put 3 as the numerator and the denominator will be the same. No, all the parts are 8 together. So it will be 3 upon 8. So you are getting two fractions. You're getting one 5 upon 8 and one you're getting 3 upon 8. Okay. Now similarly when you see the second one. Now if you look at the second one again. It is 6 upon 8, right? You have 8 parts here of this strip and then we have made it into 8 parts and 6 are colored. Now 2 are not shaded or not colored. So what will be your fraction here now? 2 upon 8. So you get your fraction here as 2 upon 8. Okay, you got the one as 6 upon 8 with the shaded portion. Unshaded, you are getting 2 upon 8. Okay, now let us see the third one again here. Third fraction there, the third diagram there. Now when you look here, what happens? You are having, of course, 5 whole parts you are having. Okay, whole parts are 5 and you are having over here 3 colored or 3 shaded. Now how many are unshaded? 2. So what will be your second fraction here? 2 upon 5. Okay, so we have here 2 upon 5. Have you understood now? So now you can tell me about the fourth one over here. Now as you know, there are 13 parts over here and 9 were colored. Can you see children? 9 were colored. Correct? Now how many are not shaded or not colored? You can see them. No, 4. How many? 4. So what will you get here? The fourth one. It will be, numerator will be 4 and denominator will be 13. So 4 upon 13. Okay. First fraction you got, 9 upon 13. Okay. And the next one that you got with the unshaded portion, 4 upon 13. Okay. Now let us look at the next one children. That is number 5. Okay. Now number 5 is what here? Can you see clearly? Yeah. Now again there were only two portions which were colored or shaded. Right. So we had 2 upon 6. Sorry, there are 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. 6. Now what happens? Here how many are not shaded? There are 4 which are not shaded. So what will you get your fraction? 4 upon 6. Very good. So you have number 5 as 4 upon 6. These we are doing with the unshaded portions. Again let me remind you, we are doing with the unshaded. Shaded we did yesterday. Now let us take the sixth one here. Now here as you know, you can see 12 upon 20. Okay, there are 20 parts. 12 were shaded or 12 were colored. Now we will see which are not colored or not shaded. So how many you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly you have 4 here. So it is 8. Correct? So 8 upon 20. Okay. So the sixth one you have 8 upon 20. See, the denominator remains the same. The numerator changes according to shaded and unshaded. And the last one children, the seventh one there, we had 5, a strip of 5 parts I have made. And how many were shaded? 2. So 2 upon 5. So now how many are unshaded? 3. Correct? So you have there 3 upon 5. to see now children how it goes now. So you can get from one figure or one diagram, you can get two fractions using the shaded portion as the numerator ones and using the unshaded as the numerator. Okay, so that is over. Now we finish with this. Okay children, now these exercises are there in your textbooks. Okay, page numbers 54, 55. So just check it, they are there. Now we will go to the different meanings of fractions. Now what is meant by that? Okay, now let me show you what is the meaning of that. Okay, here we have children. Now this is on page, your textbook, it's page 53. Okay, different meanings of fractions. It means that you can write fractions in different ways. Okay, you can write them in different ways. Now look at this placard over here. Okay, now first of all, if before starting now, if we have one girl, okay, by the name of say Amita. Suppose there is Anita here, okay, and Anita's wanted to have a chapati. So her mother gave her a chapati, but she did not want to eat the full chapati. Okay, she didn't want to eat the full chapati. So she just wanted so what her mother did was, she made 3 parts of the chapati. How many parts? 3 equal parts. Understand? Now Anita did not want to eat all the 3 parts. So she had only 2 parts. Okay. So how much of a chapati did she have? Now if you look at that, she had 1/3, correct? Because there are 3 parts made of the chapati, and she has had 2 parts, as I told you. I'm sorry children. So she has eaten 2 parts. So that means she has eaten 2/3 of the chapati. So 2 upon 3. That means this is 1 upon 3 and this is 1 upon 3. So this is 1/3, 1/3. So when you add 1/3 plus 1/3, what you get? 1 plus 1, 2, and upon 3. The denominator is equal, so it will be a single, same. Have you understood? So she has eaten 2/3 of this chapati. Okay, now what happens is, her friends have come home. Can you see this placard children very nicely? Yes, can you see? Her friends have come home. Okay, now her friends are 3. Okay, you have Bela, you have Champa, and you have Juhi. Can you see children clearly? Okay, Bela, you can see Bela, Champa and Juhi. 3 friends have come home. Okay, now there are 2 chapatis and her mother has to share these 2 chapatis with the 3 girls. So how are you going to share 2 chapatis with 3 girls? So how will you do that? Okay, so let us see that now over here. Okay, so what happens is, now suppose here we have 2 chapatis. Now I'm just drawing here 1 and 2. Okay, and how many girls we are having? We have 1, 2 and 3 girls. Can you see children? 2 chapatis and 3 girls. Now I have to give each girl equal. Divide these 2 chapatis equally. We have to divide among these 3 girls. Now how are we going to do it? So first of all, what you have to do is, what Bela's mother does, she divides these into equal parts, 3 equal parts, both the chapatis she divides. So first she divides 1 chapati, she gives 1 part to her. So 1 part, if she's giving her, so how much she has got? 1/3, right? So she has got 1 upon 3, correct? Now suppose this is, this girl's name is Bela. Okay, so Bela got 1/3. Okay, then you have Champa. Okay, Champa also gets 1 part. Okay, so Champa gets 1 part, 1/3, and the last 1 portion, 1 part, who gets this? Juhi. Okay, Juhi gets this. So she also got 1/3. Correct? So they all got one part of these 3 parts. Okay, finished. Now again there is 1 more chapati. So once again her mother will divide this into 3 equal parts, and again 1 portion will come to Bela. So she will get plus 1 upon 3. She will also get plus 1 upon 3, that is Champa will get, and again Juhi will get plus 1 upon 3. Right? Now if you saw here, Anita had 2 portions of one. She had 2 upon 2/3 of the chapati. Now each of them have got 1 upon 1 portion, 1/3 portion of both the chapatis each. So what are they also getting? They are also getting the same. Correct? So 1 plus 1, 2 upon 3. She also got 8 2/3. She also ate 2/3. And again, Juhi also had 2/3. So all 3 of them had 2/3. So see, it is the same thing. So you can write these fractions in different ways, children. See how you can write 1 upon 3. Okay, and then add, and then you get 2 upon 3. So it means that 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 3. Okay, so that is how you get these fractions. You can add. Okay, but because these fractions are having numerator as 1. Okay, and the denominator is common, of course, and the numerator is 1. So see how, what happens is, you can get this. So this is what we call as different meanings of fractions. This is how you can write fractions. Okay, children. So here, how will you write these now? Okay, so when we have to write these, how we are going to write these fractions? What is the meaning of this? When they got 2/3 and 1/3. Okay, so let us understand that, how we are going to write this thing. Okay, see. So 2 parts of 3 equal parts of the chapati. Okay. Now this 2/3 we can explain in different ways. Okay. So what is the meaning of 2/3? Means 2 parts of 3 equal parts. Right? Okay. So this chapati. Okay, and then 3 equal parts. So 1 and 2. 2 parts. Okay, 1 plus 1. 2 parts of the 3 equal parts. 2 upon 3. That is one way we can write. Next we can write is 1/3. That is twice. Twice. What is the meaning of that? 1/3 twice means 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3. So what you get answer is 2 upon 3, which also means 2 into 1 upon 3. Twice means 2 multiplied by 1 upon 3. So 2 ones are 2 upon 3. So it's the same thing. So when you add 1 plus 1, 2 and upon 3. So same thing you are getting. Okay, so that is how, children, you can write fractions in different ways. Okay, so what happens is, when you equally divide 2 objects among 3 people, then you will get this sort of a fractions. Okay, now children, let us go to the next. We finished with these 2 things. Now we go to the next one. That is mixed fractions. Now we will learn what are mixed fractions. I will explain this also. It's very important to learn this topic of mixed fractions. So we are going to learn now, children, mixed fractions. Now what are mixed fractions? Now children, you know, when you get marks, no, sometime in your paper, you get 9.5, correct? And you get 8.5 marks out of 10, or you get 7.5 marks out of 10, correct? That means what you have got, out of 10 marks, you have got 7 marks whole. And then you have got 1/2 mark, right? So it is 7.5. So when we say mixed fraction, means exactly this. Now what it is, let us see. Okay, now as I told you, children, 1, 2, 3, 4, these all numbers are whole numbers, right? Yeah. So in a mixed fraction, what you have is, you have one whole number. This is a whole number. It is also called as an integer. What it is called? Integer. It is also called as an integer or a whole number. And then you have a fraction. Okay, you have a fraction like that. Understood? Now this is 7 whole, okay, plus 1 half. So that is why this 7 comes in front and then the fraction comes after it. Is that clear, children? Have you understood? Okay. Now let us look at this next fraction, like next one there. Okay. So let us see what is like 1 and 1/4. Let us see what is 2 and 1/4. It is just like that. Okay. We begin with quarters and then we go to half and then we go to 3/4. Okay. So let us see now. Look. Now suppose I have one whole chapati here. Okay. One whole chapati. Okay. And then a quarter part of it. Okay, children. I have a quarter part of it like this. Okay. ऐसा उसका quarter part हो गया. So this is what? One whole. So when I write it, I will write it as 1 and 1/4. Have you followed? So this is what I call as a mixed fraction. You have the whole number here and the fraction there. Is that clear? Now again, now suppose I have 2, okay, and a quarter. So what I will be writing here? So 2 and a quarter. Have you followed? Like that you can have 7 and a quarter, you can have 20 and a quarter, anything. But the number in front is the whole number. Okay, so when you have one whole number and the fraction there, it is called as a mixed number. Now similarly you can go for half. So suppose I have here 1 and then I have a half. So it will be 1 and a half. Right? If I have here 3 and I have a half. So what will be? 3 and a half. Okay. So these are mixed numbers. Now similarly, now we can go for 3/4 also. Okay. 3/4 or 3/4 जैसे आप we have learned. Okay. So if we go for that, so similarly, now suppose I am having here 4. Okay. Let me keep here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4, and then suppose I have a like, you know, I say, okay, quarter. So 3/4. So what will this be? This will be 4, 3/4. So 4 and 3/4. Have you understood, children? So this is how, children, we will do. Now suppose I have over here, say, 2, and then I have 3/4 like this. Okay, so what will I have here? I have 2, 3/4. Okay, so this is how you have to write. So these are what we call as mixed numbers. So mixed numbers have a whole number here, or what we call an integer, and a fraction. And remember, children, these fractions that are there are always proper fractions. Now for you, this is just for your information. Proper fraction means the numerator is always smaller than the denominator. The denominator will always be bigger than the numerator. They are called as proper fractions. And then you have improper fractions opposite of this, where the denominator will be small and the numerator will be big. So if I give you a fraction like 7/3, तो ये improper fraction हो गया है, क्योंकि इसका denominator छोटा है और numerator बड़ा है. Is that clear? This is just for your information. लेकिन जो ये whole number, what we call as mixed fraction जो होता है, it is always like that. Is that clear? Is that clear, children, now? Very good. So those were mixed fraction. Now next we have, children, is comparison. Okay, comparing fractions. Okay, now it is very important to learn comparing fractions. Now here I have made strips for you children. Can you see children? Now comparing fractions means what children? Now if I have a strips like this, अगर मैंने ऐसे strips बनाए हैं, okay, just like that, okay, 4 strips. हाँ, अब अगर now this one I make 2 parts. This one I will make 3 parts. This I make into 4 parts. This I make into 5 parts. Okay. Now what happens? इधर ये क्या है? Half. Okay. I shade this. I shade this. I shade this. Okay. I shade this. Now what is happening here? This is half and this is what you have 1 upon 3. This is 1 upon 4. This is 1 upon 5. Abhi, what is happening as you are going? As you see, can you see this clearly, children? Now, as you see, ये छोटा 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 होते जाते हैं. Can you see? तो जितना आप एक ही साइज का अभी चॉकलेट है और उसका जितना ज्यादा भाग बनाओगे उसका एक एक टुकड़ा छोटा छोटा होते जाएगा, बराबर कि नहीं? लेकिन अगर अभी ये मैंने अभी मैंने चॉकलेट लिया, चॉकलेट का 2 भाग किया तो क्या हो जाएगा? ये अच्छा बड़ा बड़ा मिलेगा ना, 2 भाग, करेक्ट? अगर आप है, आपका भाई है तो आपको अच्छा 2 बिग पीसेस यू विल गेट. लेकिन अभी अगर आपने उस चॉकलेट का 3 पीस बनाया तो नेचुरली छोटा पीस हो जाएगा. अभी इसका 4 पीस बनाया तो और छोटा हो जाएगा, 5 पीस और छोटा, 6 पीस और छोटा, 7 पीस और छोटा, 8 पीस. So it goes on becoming smaller. The fraction becomes smaller and smaller. So what you have to learn from your children is in comparing fractions that the greater the denominator, जितना भी डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा होता है वो फ्रैक्शन का वैल्यू छोटा होता है. ओके, तो ये 1/2 दिस इज बिगर देन दिस 1/3, 1/3. 1/3 is bigger than 1/4. 1/4 is bigger than 1/5. 1/5 is bigger than 1/6. 1/6 is greater than 1/7. और अगर आप उल्टा देखोगे तो 1/7 is lesser than 1/6. 1/6 is lesser than 1/5. 1/5 is lesser than 1/4. 1/4 is lesser than 1/3. 1/2 is lesser than 1/3. तो ये छोटा छोटा होते जाता है. Have you understood, children? So when you compare fractions like this, always remember the greater the denominator of a fraction, okay, its value is lesser. Have you followed? Okay, that is for 1 upon वाला जो fractions होता है. Now look at this, जिसका numerator 1 होता है वही fraction. Now look here, 1 upon 8, बराबर 1 upon 8. Now 1 upon 8 is what it will be? Will it be greater than 1 upon 10 or will it be smaller than 1, lesser than 1 upon 10? What it will be? Since this is, if the denominator is big, the value is less. तो क्या हो गया? 1 upon 8 is greater than. So what sign we will put here? We will put here, this will be greater than 1 upon 10. Have you seen it, children? Okay, very good. Now let us see the next one. 1 upon 20 is greater or less than 1 upon 8? It will be less than, okay? Because as I told you, as the denominator goes on increasing, its value decreases. Now 1 upon 9 is greater or less than 1 upon 4? It is less than 1 upon 4. Good. So it will be less than. Now 1 upon 3. Okay, is it greater or less than 1 upon 12? Greater than. Very good. It will be greater. Because naturally 1 upon 3 का value it goes on. The value will be more since the denominator is less. Is that clear, children? Yeah. So that is what we have now, children, for today. Okay. Now this lesson is not over, children. I will have to make one more part of it. Okay. I'm very sorry because I thought I could make it, but it is difficult to just explain away like that. So we have one more set, and so I will be doing that set, and then I will be doing the notes that you have, exercises, okay, that you have to write in your notebooks. I will be doing in that part, the third part of the video. Okay, so I will be doing it very soon, maybe next week or something. Okay, children. So this, you please see that you go over these nicely, and you know, in your textbooks, you are having these exercises. Okay, you will see that you complete those exercises. Here you have on page 57, I have taught you. Now whatever I did now, page 57, page 56, okay. Then you have on page 55 here, okay, they have given you the fraction, like this is 2/3. So you write 2/3 here, and then you न्यूमरेटर का जितना है उतना शेड करो. So ऐसे सबको करना है आपको. Okay, so see that you do this, which here you have to just write numerator and denominator, which is numerator, which is denominator, that you can write. And here you can do this also very easy. Okay, so these were shaded and unshaded. याद है अभी हमने ये वाला किया था, shaded and unshaded. Okay, ये बिल्कुल वो exercise है, shaded and unshaded. Now here also, here how you add. No, this is some extra fractions that we did. जैसे अभी 4/5 है. So what it is? 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. 4 times you will write. Correct? Because it's 4. Or it will be 1/5 multiplied by 4. That means 4 times. So you write here 4 times 1/5. So like this only you will write the same thing over here. Now if this is 3/4. Okay. Let me show you. Just one I'll show you. Okay, and then you can do it. And all you have to do in the textbooks. Okay, children, just you don't do anywhere else. Okay, so if you have like a fraction 3/4, then what you have to do, when you will have to add it. Okay, so you have to add 3 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Or, and then what you will do is multiplication, means you have to show 1/4 multiplied by 3. So 3 times. Okay, and the last column you will show 3 times 1/4. Okay, so that way you can do this same. Okay children, so see that you complete these exercises on page 54, 55, 56 and 57. Okay, and this we will do in the next video. This what remains, sets. Okay, the sets that we will be doing. Okay, that, and I'll give you the exercises you have to do in your notebook. Okay children, so for now that is enough children, and that's just what we finished for today. So goodbye children, stay safe, but remember there's one more part of this video, a third part. Okay, thank you.